And we are back, episode 68 of Journey to a Million. And free agency, the new season technically started at 4 o'clock, 15 minutes ago. That's what I got. But here we got Zack, of course. But you might be looking below. That's not Jared. That's, Bernie, who's like our go-to guy these days. How you doing, Bernie?
I'm doing great. I love to be in my 6-man rotation spot for this show, so it's great.
Bernie's been on a lot of episodes. He's also in a lot of leagues. He's right now doing, what place are you in basketball? Didn't you get the
Second
one spot?
place.
Oh, you got the 2 spot. He's got the 2, so you got a first round bye. He's doing
Because of
very well.
some bogus trades.
Okay, yeah. We've
Some bogus trades kept me out of first.
I'm in third. Scored the most points in the league. Not to flex. But then look, Zach's here. Free
Nobody
agency start. Okay, I hit. He's full disclosure. That's the second nobody asked. He's hit me within the last 2 minutes. Anyways, how you doing,
they're
Zach?
both very warranted.
Okay, fine. How's it going? You both are on spring break. Full, if in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not. So that's UW Milwaukee's schedule.
It's the private
It's been
school
boring,
stuff.
just sitting at home for the week.
But yeah, I mean, no, as we mentioned, Jared not here. He's out of town on a nice trip in Wisconsin Dells, I should add. So he's having a good time, but he'll be back in 2 weeks because again we're recording an episode tomorrow with Zoe from ZLM Football, and again that we'll be talking about what the Bears have done, all this good stuff. We'll talk draft, we'll talk anything really football, but you'll hear that one again next week. So we won't be throwing late news at you with free agents. We won't be doing that. We'll be talking about free agency more today. So really excited for that. But I guess all three of us collectively. Now we have 3 Packer fans, so good. We have 3 Packer fans, so we don't have a Colt fan. Just saying. It sometimes makes it difficult to talk Packers. But all 3 of us hear the news today. Pat McAfee, where Jared would have reported Aaron Rodgers intends to be a New York Jet. So kind of unfortunate. Bernie, how are you feeling?
I mean, I think we all kind of saw this one coming. I mean, it was just kind of written on the walls that change was going to happen, whether he was going to retire or leave or stay, which means we'd have to pick around what we have to save some money. But I think it's going to be good for both sides. He's going to a pretty young team who's ready to win. Packers get a nice fresh start, and they hopefully get to save some, money with this whole situation. So, I mean, I think it's probably the best for both parties in this certain situation, but it's just going to be a tough thing to swallow for a lot of Packers fans, I think, at the moment.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of actually on Facebook before this, I saw in a buy and sell group, people are selling their Aaron Rodgers stuff already. So they're already like, one of them was like a birdhouse or something. It was like an Aaron Rodgers birdhouse.
Did you buy anything?
No. I thought it was cool though. But it's like, okay, Aaron Rodgers flash sale. Go to the pro shop while you both are up in Northeast Wisconsin. Go see what's going on there. Kind of, I'm wondering kind of how it's all going, because right now it's been wild. But again, you hit on the cap space part. Right now, I see Packers got like 20.6 million roughly is what we're looking at. And freed up cap.
They're actually
space.
going to go down in cap space for this year, though. Because his cap hit is like 30, 31, something like that, and his dead cap is over 60. So he's going to count an extra 30 million once they trade him for this year. And then, obviously next year, he's not going to count it all. So that's
we still have some restructurings too. Right? I mean, like, not everyone's been restructured. So we're stuck waiting on some things still. But we did see, like, I guess we want to just talk strictly Packers, right? I mean, because Sean Nixon's been like the main guy or the main transaction that the Packers have done so far this offseason, which, I mean, has been 2 days or so. They re-signed him 1 year. It was $6 million, I believe. So good to have Nixon back, but kind of intrigued to see what else is going to happen now, because Lazard goes too to the Jets. How are you guys feeling on that?
I think it's an interesting thing to look at. I think it's interesting to look at too, because you're losing, Lazard and Rodgers, who are important players, but I think it allows you to also retool your offense and try some new things with a younger quarterback who's able to do that stuff. Like you look at maybe like Trey Lance, kind of a player, and Jordan Love who can move more than Rodgers could. He's been learning from him, how to read defenses, throw, changes, throwing mechanics. So that's something to look forward to in the youth that you have. But it also is a tricky thing because on defense you have a lot of free agents who are pretty valuable to your defense and who you're used to. I think Adrian Amos, he's a free agent this year.
He's not coming back.
He's older. No, but I mean, he was a very, very useful player for the defense, and that's just sacrifices you got to make for the kind of team you have.
Yeah, I got to correct myself. Nixon was 1 year, $4 million. No, Bernie, I think you hit it on the nose though. I think this is going to be good for Jordan Love first and foremost, but I still want to kind of see what the Packers would get back in some sort of trade. I want to see kind of what it looks like contract wise, who's paying what, and then B kind of see.
That,
go ahead.
It said the Packers were looking for a Matthew Stafford type return. That's what I think.
2 firsts.
Schefter reported that. I hope they're considering the Jared Goff contract, because I think that's what one of the first was for, just so the Lions would take the Goff contract. So if they can get a first and a third, first and fourth, I think that's what it's going to look like.
You got to be happy with that, right?
Looking at that trade too. Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, who was the receiver from the Jets who was not happy being there last year?
Elijah Moore.
Yeah. I mean, I could see him being packaged too, if it's the right kind of a deal, because you're losing Lazard. You would know that officially now. It'd be kind of cool to get him, or maybe just get certain picks, valuable picks from them in order to draft maybe someone to fill the role that Lazard had.
I mean, I'm fine with Lazard going for that price, right? Was it 4 year, $44 million? I thought that was pretty steep.
Yeah. It seems like it's Lazard, Jacoby Myers, and Juju all signed for $11 million a year.
You cut out a little there, Zach, but I believe your question. Yes, everyone was 11 million average annual value.
It's just kind of odd.
Yeah, no, Bernie, right? You heard that?
He's cutting out a little bit, but I think this the point he's trying to get across is the price and location that receivers are going to right now. Even look at Juju going to the Patriots.
That's probably.
Yeah, were you guys shocked that Juju and Jacoby went for the same price on the market? 3 or 33.
To me, I can kind of. It just depends on the certain situations that they're going to. I mean, you look at Juju. I think he played a pretty good role for the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. But is it because of his skill level, or was it because of the offense and Andy Reid's system with Mahomes? I think that also plays a factor in it. But he put up numbers, and I guess numbers speak. So that's what's going to get you paid, no matter where it came from.
I thought what Jacoby Myers did in a Matt Patricia offense with Mac Jones as a quarterback was a lot more impressive than what Juju did in an Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes offense. So I don't know. I was a little shocked by that, but I thought Jacoby should have got paid more, basically. Is that fair?
I think also names speak. Names speak pretty importantly too, because I mean everyone knows Juju, whether he's a good player or not. You know him for his antics and stuff he does. So
yeah, and for that 2018 season, I mean Juju. I mean, it's almost like everyone's just still living in I believe it was that 2018 season. Had a great season. Juju's not. I mean, he's good, but again, he's not that guy anymore. I don't know. I'm shocked with it. with him going to the Patriots. How are you feeling, Zach, on that?
I mean, I see the fit leaving. Not like the different cultures will work because obviously when Juju was with, and then he went to Kansas City. I think they let him be a little bit more free than he'll probably be able to be in New England. I think Belichick will kind of keep him in check, I guess, or he'll kind of keep some of the antics out. So just need to see how the culture works.
Yeah. The free agent market or for wide receivers was the one I was really focusing on the last few days because I was like, I want to see something happen. So far, we've kind of seen free agent or for wide receivers pick up, but also for running backs. That was the one. It was like right Monday. I mean, teams could start. It's really weird how it works now because like 4 o'clock was supposed to be when free agency technically starts. But if correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more of like a legal tampering period that starts on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of why all these signings
there's illegal tamper, I guess you could say, because there's no way some of these contracts that were announced 15 minutes after the legal tampering period began. So obviously some of the agents and teams were each other and during the illegal tampering period, and then once the legal period began, that's when we start hearing like the contracts get announced, and then yeah, once the new league year begins, everything will become official. And same with trades.
Yeah, so or like instead of saying illegal, right, the Miami Dolphin tampering period. Remember what happened last year? So other ones are like there's a lot of moves. So obviously, like I said, we're not gonna we can't really touch on all of them, but like I think one of my favorite moves was the Darren Waller to the Giants. Might be a little because I have him in fantasy football, dynasty fantasy football, and I traded for him a few months ago. But really, I mean, I love the trade for both squads. You know, hopefully Waller stays healthy, but Giants get a reliable tight end when healthy. So kind of hard to say it like that, but I think it's gonna be a good fit.
It kind of stinks though for the Waller family since they just got married, and his wife plays over there, so a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know.
Are you surprised? Are you
Go ahead.
surprised with the price that Waller went to the Giants for?
Oh, it's with the contract
know.
and injury concerns.
Yeah, he's 30 and he's had injuries pretty much his whole career. He's had, I think, 2-3 healthy seasons. So definitely not surprised at that.
I mean, when healthy, I mean he's like one of the biggest mismatched tight ends in the NFL in the slot. So I mean that's also a thing. His dead cap or his cap, excuse me, is 11.8 mil, and that's 12, 13, and 15, and he's an unrestricted free agent 2027. Wow. So they got him locked up there. I'm wondering, like, with Daniel Bellinger was kind of what I was thinking about right after this. It was like, and again, if you play Dynasty football, you know, and if you're listening to this right now, you probably play some sort of Dynasty football or some sort of fantasy football. Daniel Bellinger last year was that guy like in rookie drafts who you were feeling good about as a tight end potentially for years to come. Looked like he was going to have some time to build that rapport with Daniel Jones, but it looks like 1 year and that's all it might be until Waller gets hurt. So I'm wondering kind of what you guys think about his value, Bellinger's dynasty value.
I mean, I'm hoping nobody was relying on Daniel Bellinger to be their long-term tight end. Because I think if you were, you should rethink your team build.
I was relying on Foster Moreau and Kate Otten. So
I would tell you the same thing. So
okay, fine. Wait, Bernie, don't you have what was your situation, or was it like the Kyle Trask situation? Because that's a tough scene for you.
Well, you see, I had Kyle Trask, and I also have Desmond Ritter, and I don't really know what to think right now. I think I still have Baker on my team though, so as long as Baker's the starter, I'm set. I'm set up for gold standards in Tampa Bay. So we'll see.
You have that's crazy.
Looks like we know what Bernie's gonna be looking at in the rookie draft. So
I think he
he
does not need quarterback. I don't think so. Just look, he can make it work with that. Maybe make
Bernie,
a nice trade. He asked what spot you are.
What was that, Zach? Oh, what spot am I?
Yeah,
Second.
what's your pick for the
Our
rookie
second
draft? Your second?
Second.
Oh, it would be a shame if I took a quarterback number 1 overall, huh?
Oh, the bidding war.
That's all right. Yeah. I'll just draft one of the other 6 quarterbacks. We're going to go top 15. So,
Bernie, I can tell you right now, I'm not taking a quarterback. I can assure you that right now.
I can also assure you that I will be taking a quarterback.
Wait, why don't you tell us, Bernie? We actually had this debate last week's episode. We were talking about who would you take more in like an NFL aspect, but that fantasy. Who would you take at 2? Zach's always taking Bijan.
I mean, it kind of just depends. It depends on where people get drafted too. Because if you have a quarterback who's drafted to the Texans, like how much are you going to trust them to be productive? Whereas if you have them drafted to somewhere with a nicer situation, like maybe even like Carolina's kind of iffy, but it really just depends on who's going where. But I feel like you can't go wrong with Bryce Young because I feel like he'll do well enough his first year to make the ends meet if you're going to draft him. So I don't know. Guess we're going to find out when I draft.
Yeah, but it sounds okay. No, you answered the question. My follow up was going to be who would you take right now if team like just based on talent? So you're a young guy. That's normal. Also, I take Stroud over Young. That's still like my spot, which is kind of weird, kind of unpopular. Maybe not weird, but I also like how the other guys have moved up, like Levis and Richardson.
You think Levis is moving up? I feel like he's falling more like farther down.
Sorry. Levis was moving up. Like I'm talking like from 2 months ago. Levis is now like behind Richardson, I feel.
Oh, I feel like right now it's either depending how much risk you want. Like if you're going for risk, like the Panthers, they're going for risk, they're going Richardson. Otherwise, it's going to be Young. I feel like either Richardson or Young is going to be first, and then I think it's going to be it's pretty much Young, then Stroud, and then Richardson can go either anywhere from 1 to 3 for the quarterbacks, depending like what the teams want in terms of risk. But I feel like Levis is definitely the 4th quarterback. Like, I don't think he's
could
really
go
close
like
to them.
teens.
Will Levis?
Yeah. I'm just thinking like
I don't know
team
about
need at that spot.
I don't know about that. I think I guess I don't think Seattle's taking one. Like I think they're just gonna let Geno go on his deal. I don't think Detroit's taking one. Those would be 2 interesting teams if they did decide to, though. But I think Levis is probably gonna go around like 10. Be low single digits, early teens, something like that.
I'm gonna throw a team out that it could. Right? I mean, Atlanta could take him. Tennessee could take him at 11.
Could you see the Jets drafting a quarterback?
They won't have that pick.
Well, I know, but even if you have someone who's falling into a later round, would you draft a younger quarterback and kind of sail ship with, Wilson, and then have someone there for like a year or 2 or whatever's left on Rodgers' contract?
I think if they did, it would be a super late, like kind of shot in the dark. Kind of take like somebody that, if you're looking for like a Brock Purdy or something, like 6th, 7th, maybe 5th, something like late in the draft.
Brock Purdy. Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm just looking at this draft order, and we still have another month and a half. We have 6 weeks until this still. So Can't like get too indulged in this draft, but no, Zach, we were talking a little before about like the whole running back situation because all the signings that have happened in the last 3 days have thrown off the Bijan sweepstakes, literally all of them.
Yeah.
Miami's messed. Miami threw everything off. Everyone see they re-signed Gaskin again too. So they have Gaskin, Wilson, and Mostert, all three coming back on deals.
Gaskin not playing.
Well, he's still coming back. Like, I mean, it's still like it could be third string, but
yeah,
it's a total mess. And Mostert comes back on a 2-year deal, which also throws it off. Was Jeff Wilson a 2-year deal? If anyone knows?
Yeah. Well, I don't think Miami didn't even have a first round pick, did they?
No, but like the fear was them trading up more of, and yeah, it was a 2-year deal. So 2-year deals. So that Miami is a no-go. Philly throws it off. They get Boston
Penny.
Scott back, and they get Rashad Penny.
Rashad Penny.
Do you guys like that?
Are you guys looking to draft Rashad Penny in fantasy leagues this year? He's probably going. I would assume he's going to be around like the 7th, 8th round, something like that.
For 7th, 8th round, I think so, because think about what Miles Sanders did last year. I mean, I don't want to say they're like the same player, but I think they're going to get similar production.
Yeah, I would say if Rashad Penny, I would say is better than Miles Sanders. The only thing is Miles Sanders can actually play. Rashad Penny's can never finish a season. I don't think he has since he got into the league. So,
is the biggest winner then Kenneth Gainwell?
I mean, he's not going to be able to play. Like, is it going to be kind of like a Detroit situation?
I would not like that at all.
I guess Gainwell and Penny are both similar backs, though. Like, I guess David Montgomery is more of like a between the tackles goal line type back, and sort of like Swift in the you can have him on the flats or like sweeps, like that kind of thing. So I'd say Gainwell and Penny are probably pretty similar types of backs, but yeah, I think they're gonna both eat into each other's touches.
Bernie, are you taking any of these guys, or are you avoiding this backfield?
I mean, again, it's really hard to tell, I feel like still now, because we don't know all the stories behind certain teams. And like the same thing kind of goes for other teams who have very full rooms, like even like for the 49ers, if you're looking at their quarterback carousel, same thing like you said with the Dolphins. It's really hard to tell at this point in time what's going to be happening, because who's going to be starting for the 49ers, who's going to be the go-to back for the Dolphins. I mean, it's just kind of tricky at this time to tell until you know, like even after the draft happens, that's when you're going to get more like finalizations of certain rosters and where people are going to be in their depth charts.
I don't know. I'm ready to do fantasy football drafts right now.
Let's do some mock
Give me a
drafts.
draft. I'm ready to go. I got. So I'm ready.
Point per rushing attempt, anyone?
No.
Ooh, that sounds like a great idea.
What about?
I think we should bring that back this year.
Point for passing attempt?
A PPPRRR.
Point for everything. PPE.
No, I was gonna be in this league last year. I ended up leaving because the scoring was so insane. But it was like a Bernie Van Den Heuvel scoring, but instead it was the bonuses. Everything was a bonus. Player gets 100 yards and a touchdown, you get 20 points. You know, you get like an extra, and if they get an extra, and it was like for every like sack or tackle for loss, your defensive or special teams gets like an extra 10 points. Because now, of course, Sleeper has like you can customize everything for scoring. So it gets insane. Or like the point per first down leagues. Have you guys seen those?
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
I can't get behind
I like
it.
basic scoring. Like basic scoring, if you want to do like a bonus for a 100-yard game or something like that, like I'm fine with that. But like my favorite type of league is just basic PPR. It's like yards, touchdowns, receptions. That's it.
6-point or 4-point for passing?
I'm fine with either. I guess I prefer
Okay.
4-point just because in like 6-point, I feel like the quarterbacks have too much value. So that's why I like the 4-point. But okay, I saw this tweet by Matt Miller. I don't know who that is, but he wants to see Ezekiel Elliott go to Buffalo. What do you guys think of that?
No. James Cook.
Where can
I
you see
think
him
that's a
going
good
then,
fit.
Drew?
What?
Where can you see Zeke going then, Drew?
I don't know where he goes. I mean, that would make sense, but he just takes the red zone touches, Zach. That's his value.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, no kidding, you don't like it, but I think it'd be a great fit. If
It'd be
you're
logical.
Buffalo. Yeah.
That's not. That's
So
a good.
do we see Tony Pollard's value just kind of over this 1 day span now for fantasy?
He's going to be a second round pick in fantasy.
I could see him going as late first.
Yeah, like people are going to be
Like,
are you guys going to
I feel
be
like
interested in him at that price?
Birdie feels like that guy. He always has been like that Pollard guy. I know it.
Well, you see, I have him for my dynasty league, so I mean, I feel pretty good because I got him for like a bag of chips. So that felt pretty good now. So
in a redraft league, are you using say you got pick 112 and 2-1? Are you taking him at either of those?
I'll go Tony Pollard, and then I'm gonna back to back that. If it's a snake league, I'll probably take someone like a solid Kyle Trask pick because he's gonna go bananas for the Buccaneers. But
Remember like 2 years
can't go wrong with
ago
that
you
combo.
took Baker Mayfield? You took Baker Mayfield in the second round of a dynasty startup like 2 years ago.
You see, Zach, I'm still suffering the consequences of those actions because he's still on my team and I don't have a quarterback. So
I'm in pain just thinking of that.
He might be your best quarterback right now.
No, I got Derek Carr still. He's gonna run the Saints.
Derek Carr and Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
You got the NFC South quarterbacks.
Bernie, you better be a fast rebuilder.
You have to take whoever goes to Carolina
sleeping.
now. Your goal should just be get every NFC South.
That's why I'm trying to draft a quarterback. I don't have a choice but to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, well, you said you got Desmond Ridder, you got Derek Carr, you got Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask. So you got to take the Panthers quarterback. You're just going to stockpile all of them.
You're right, except you see the problem is they actually have to play games. Kyle Trask hasn't stepped foot in a football field in like 3 years.
That's what the bench is for.
Who is Jordan Love in our
league?
league?
He ran out of my taxi squad.
Oh, he
did. What?
I was saying, who is Love in our league? Is it Trent?
I think Trent does, yeah.
Yeah.
Drew's going to try and scam him now.
Oh, no. Come on. You're the last person to trade with him, so... Was that
and I gave him a
Bijan
fair deal.
for Najee and a second?
Yeah, so pretty much I turned my first round pick, so my I think it was like 1-8 and Najee into Jimmy G and Bijan.
I've never been a Najee guy. I like it, there's just guys who you never draft. For me, I mean, we just mentioned two of them. It's like Najee Harris, Tony Pollard. I don't know what it's about, but I just have never drafted those guys. It never like even this year. I don't have an interest in either. And we're in March, and I'm telling you that
you got to have interest in Tony Pollard this year.
But at that price, no, I don't.
He was like running back like 6 last year, or something 6, 7, 8.
I totally get why. Like, I mean, if I got him in the third round, we'd go crazy for it. But there's just other guys there I'd rather take.
They could name a few.
I got to pull up my draft order. It'd be receivers. I'd rather go potentially receiver there, or Kelsey still. Kelsey would be late first still, I think, this
So,
next
Drew,
year.
what do you guys suggest that I do with my 5 fantasy draft picks this year for the Dynasty League?
You trade them to me.
Which ones are they? Don't you got like 3 seconds or something?
I have 2 firsts this year, then I have like 4 first-round picks next year. But I have like 2 seconds and 2 thirds.
Hey,
I could safeguard those.
That's good. That's good cooking for a rebuild.
Let's see. I have first round pick. I have Trent's second round pick, so it's like pick 13 or whatever it is. Then I have another second, and then I have 2 thirds. So
all right, this might be.
We'll see what's cooking.
My advice would be, because you're probably still like 2-3 years out, right, from like contention.
We'll see.
I would probably say go after like get your quarterbacks figured out first, considering it's super flex. Like quarterbacks and receivers. Like get the longer shelf guys first, and then running backs at the end. I got dynasty team right now. Khalil Herbert's my running back 1.
Is that Dustin's league?
No, that's your league.
Oh. Ugh.
I got like Khalil Herbert and Gus Edwards might be my second running back.
I'm
But
I'm afraid the Bears are gonna mess that up by mess up like the whole the Khalil Herbert thing right now. I think Khalil Herbert obviously right now it looks like he's gonna be that guy, but what if they get a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs? What if they're the Bijan team? You know, I don't know.
That's my concern in that league right now is I'm gonna have to use like all my draft picks this year on running backs or make some trades or something. So we'll
Have
see
fun
how
trading
that
my
goes.
league.
Yeah, I was gonna buy DeAndre Swift from you in that league, and then you're like, let's see how free agency in the draft goes.
Yeah, no.
Before you trade him.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what everyone's gonna say. Nobody it's so hard to trade right now.
How'd that turn out?
Technically not good, but I'm still optimistic. Right now, it looks like I should have traded him to you, but we don't know. What? No, but do you guys want to roll through some of those games?
Oh yeah, we can keep going.
Because
Bernie, check your Snapchat.
for those who don't know, off season Zach likes to make some games here. Record wise, I'm actually winless. I did tie with Jared once. Jared's undefeated.
Bernie, you gotta keep it going. Drew has never won against any of the people that have played the games against him, so you got to win both of these. No pressure. We're gonna do.
What am I doing?
All right, so it's I picked a draft class within the last 10 years, right? So this is within the last 10 years. You're gonna have to name. You get 1 point for like each one, whoever has the most points at the end. You got to name the year the draft class was, and then each of the 5 players. Right? So, Bernie, you're going to get the first pick, even though Drew sucks. You're the guest, so you get pick number 1. So you can guess one of the 5 players, or you can say the draft year.
Boy, you're really testing my my knowledge here. Wow. I guess I'll just do Joe Burrow.
Bernie gets 1 point. Off to a quick start.
Okay. I'm going to say Chase Young at number 2.
Yep, that is correct. Bernie, you're back up. Say the draft year or who Detroit, the Giants, or Miami picked.
I gotta think. I gotta do some math in my head now, real quick. So last year was the 2022 draft. Then is this the 2020 draft?
That is correct.
Good job.
Bernie has 2. Drew, you got tied up here.
Okay. Number 3, Jeff Okuda.
That is correct. Bernie, can you get number 4 or number 5?
You see, Zach, for me, anything outside of the top 2 picks in a draft are mystery irrelevant for me, unless it's for the Packers. So,
But who did?
not gonna
I'd say
lie,
Miami's probably
don't have
easier. Who did
probably
Miami
Jalen
take?
Waddle.
All
No,
right.
that's incorrect.
I got it. Tua Tagovailoa at 5.
Yep. All right, Bernie, you get a guess at number 4 for the Giants.
Boy, oh boy, who do I pick here? I don't even know when half the players on the Giants are drafted or who even plays for the Giants.
Oh.
It's probably like, no,
This
he was
one's
this
a little
year's.
more tough.
Oh boy,
I think I know it.
it was probably a defender, but I could not
This
tell
guy,
you. I'll forfeit this.
he had a rough start to his career, but the last like year, 2 years, he's been getting a lot better, and he's pretty good now. If that helps.
Probably like Danny Dimes or something like that. I don't know.
No,
That's probably wrong, but
I got
that's
Andrew Thomas.
incorrect. It is Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Bernie, you let Drew win. Drew won 4-2. I had high hope for you after getting those first 2 picks, but
Woo!
you can't applaud yourself.
Sorry, it's my first time I've won. I get to celebrate a little.
Second game, NFL Jeopardy.
Oh, no.
The 2 categories, NFL free agency and the NFL draft. We'll start with you again because you lost the last game. The amounts are 200, 400, or 600. There's a final Jeopardy at the end.
Let's do free agency 200.
Where did Juwan Taylor sign?
Oh boy. That's a great question, Zach. I'll say the Giants. That sounds like a safe guess.
That is incorrect. Drew, would you like to steal or would you like to pass?
No, I don't. Was it Saints? I don't know. But I said no, I'm not stealing.
4-year email.
Wait, who was it? Where?
Chiefs.
Oh, whoops.
So Drew, you.
There's a lot of lineman signings.
Yeah, that was like the biggest one for linemen. All right, Drew, you're up. You get NFL free agency 4 or 600, or you get NFL drafts.
We'll take the draft for 2, please.
What year was Josh Allen drafted?
2018? What is 2018?
That is correct.
When is 2018?
No, you gotta say what? Minus 200.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bernie, you are back up. You're 400 behind. NFL free agency or
give me,
NFL draft?
Give me draft for whatever the highest amount is left.
600?
Yeah.
Who is the 2016 draft class career passing yards leader?
2016?
Yep.
Would it be Mahomes?
That is incorrect. He is 2017. Drew, would you like to steal?
Yeah, I'll say who is Jared Goff?
That is correct.
Good day for me.
All right, Drew, you're up.
We'll take the draft one again, and we'll go for 6. I'm feeling good.
That was the 600 question.
That was the 6. Sorry, I wasn't
yeah.
listening. I'll take draft for 4.
So you got 400. 400's the only one left. What year was Derrick Henry drafted?
I always think I know the year, but then I end up not knowing it. I think it's. I'm gonna say, what is 2013?
No.
I always say 2013. I did that last time we talked about it too.
So Drew, you're at 400. Bernie, would you like to steal or pass?
I'll steal because I got nothing left to lose. I'll say 2015.
That is close but incorrect. Correct answer is 2016. Same draft class as Josh Allen. Or no, not Josh Allen, Jared Goff. All right. So Bernie, you're up. You get NFL free agency for 400, or you get it for 600.
Give it to me for 6.
Who is the highest average annual value for a non-quarterback in this free agency cycle?
So people who signed already this offseason.
Yeah. Out of the free agent signings so far, and the non-quarterbacks, who is the highest average annual value?
Oh.
I mean, it would probably be receiver. Well, is it like Juju right now?
That is incorrect. Bernie,
Can I? I'm just
you're
gonna.
1,800 in the hole.
I'm gonna ask. Is it?
Yeah, true.
I'm not gonna steal, but I'm gonna ask if it's a D tackle.
If I answer that question, you cannot answer.
Yep, correct. Is it Payne though?
It is not.
Okay.
So Drew, you stick 400 is Javon Hargrave with 21 million a year.
Oh, I knew it was a D.
Darren
D
Payne
lineman.
with extension.
Okay, so he didn't count.
He's franchise
'Cause
tagged.
it was, yeah.
No. So Drew, you get the NFL free agency for 400. How many years did the Bears give to TJ Edwards?
So, what is 4?
That is incorrect. Drew is down to 0. Bernie, would you like to steal? Or would you like to hold?
Yes, sir. What is 3?
That is correct. Bernie finally gets
Yeah.
one.
Let's go.
Drew, I think this needs the applause.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Or hold on, we got another one.
Drew has 0 and Bernie has negative 1,400.
Not a good Jeopardy day.
We're gonna give you each 1,500 to wager, so you each get a chance to win. The theme is NFL free agency.
Okay. Wait, so how much are you giving us again? Sorry,
1,500.
I didn't catch that.
1,500. So the highest Bernie can go is 100. Yeah, Bernie, text me how much you want to wager, by the way. Forgot to explain that rule.
Wow.
That's how we keep it honest. So
Yeah. I liked all the moves that the Bears made specifically with the linebackers though, like making the move for Edwards, getting Edmonds.
yeah, I like their moves too. But the question does not revolve around the Bears. So final Jeopardy. What is the total amount spent in free agency up to this point for the total value of contracts?
I like
Closest
that
one gets
question.
it, by the
Nice.
way. Closest one without going over.
Not including extensions or including extensions.
Not including extensions.
Cool.
And Bernie, text me your answer when you got a guess. Drew, I'm gonna minus 100 points again. If you keep sending me the baby gift. You guys are way off.
like way under or over?
Like way off. Way off. Drew, you're at about 20% of the total. Drew said 375 million. Bernie said 197 million. And the total is 2.1855 billion. So it's roughly around 2.2 billion.
Was I close for like this year's contracts?
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't have that number.
I think we
Just
might have
For
misunderstood the
loan
question.
got 150 million.
Oh, I
Bernie.
think Bernie and I were
Derek Carr
thinking more
alone
of
got
this year.
150 million.
Whoops. Okay, so we were way off, but
Well,
I
he
win.
goes 2-0.
But that
Birdie
last
finishes at
win was kind of
negative
pathetic on my behalf.
2,900.
Bernie, it's okay. You win some, you
I'm gonna
lose.
cry. You see, I'm more of like a NFL scout for talent. I don't really know the happenings. I'm kind of oblivious
Okay.
to this kind of stuff.
Okay, Scout.
So I
So
should ask you, like, who's the fastest NFL combine 40 time? Like, should I ask you some of those questions?
Me.
You.
No, I'm
What's
not
your
that kind
time?
of scout, Zach. My time? 4.72.
4.7.
Slow.
I ran that in junior year of high school.
Oh well, what's it gonna or at for track? Have you ran it or have you like tested that? Come
No.
on, test that. I want to hear it. What's the
What are you
clean
running
max
these
at?
days?
Oh, what are you running at? Zach
What's
6.
I'm running at a 4.3 flat.
I don't know what I'm at. Well, I'd like to. I'll do a 40.
Yeah, I'm probably at like 5.7 or something like that. 5.6 maybe.
What's the clean max, Birdie?
It's the wind.
My clean max is called I don't do that lift anymore.
Wait. I thought you had to for track.
It's a good answer.
You don't have to do it for track
Well, you
anymore?
see, I mean, we do it occasionally, but I don't think we ever max out. I haven't done them in like months, many months. It was probably like I think it was like 215 last time we tried to
Oh.
max out on it. So
Well,
Okay.
did it make you front
What's your
squat?
clean max?
Who, my clean max?
no,
No.
Yeah.
they make us do goofy lifts.
Zach, a question mark pops up when you ask that. Clean doesn't like it goes in and out.
2017 or something.
Yeah. No. Front squat. Zach, when's the last time you front squat? Are we gonna get like the whole gang back together for front squat?
The last time I squatted, like that's probably more memorable, and that was probably like last summer.
You haven't
Oh.
back squatted since last summer?
Nope.
I back squatted even
Why would
last week.
I don't got time for leg days.
When's the last time you guys front squatted with your like wrists out? like
like
doing the
that.
wrist. Yeah,
Fist?
yeah, like probably like 5-6 years ago, right? 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, definitely like sophomore year of high school, something like that. Back when we used to have the gym unit or the weight room units in gym.
Those were the times. See, the one day we choose to talk about clean, Jared's not here. Unfortunate.
That's his claim to fame. That's what he is known for.
The clean and gym class. Gym class Jared. He told me that he went off in his intramural, and I'm like, just like high school, isn't it? Gym class Jared strikes again. Yeah, that's Bernie, thank you again for coming on. We always love talking with you, talking football. And thank you for
Anytime. It's a pleasure.
the dubs. Gotta take the dub. But again, Zach and I'll
because he finally won a game.
yeah. So it's I don't know how long it'll last, but I wonder how Zoe's gonna do tomorrow. Again, like that will be at 4:15 p.m. Central. And some other reminders here. Again, remember follow at J2M Football on TikTok. Follow up on free agency. Got you covered. Zach, you got anything else to add on that?
I hope the Jets gave up 3 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers.
Bernie, how many first do you want?
I'd be happy with 2, as long as we get more for the than we did for the Adams deal. I'll be a happy and content soul.
Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and 2 first-rounders.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'll take that. And Zach
All right.
Wilson.
Well,
We need Zach Wilson.
what if Zach Wilson gets packaged in a deal like that? You come on, that would be funny. That'd be good for sports.
Jordan loves Zach Wilson. Battle it out in training camp. Just Rodgers.
Oh, Packer fans would be so mad. Oh, including us. That'd be the quarterback the quarterback battle in camp, like you mentioned.
Nah,
Zach
bring
Wilson.
back
Jordan Love
Ben
would
Kurt.
win that.
He would.
Ben Kurt.
Brett Kern. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up here for Zach Roush, Bernie Van Hoovel, myself, Drew Skyberg. Again, remember at Drew Sports Crew. I was on all social media as well, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Drew Sports Crew, the Journey to Million, the perfect podcast for you.